This is Frances Feldman interviewing Dr. Frances Wu in her home at the Golden Age Village in Monterey Park. This is June 2nd, 1999. Frances, tell me something about where you were born. You can say when if you want to, and what your life was like growing up.
I was born in mainland China, and my childhood has been quite a happy one, and it's a very small family. Both my parents, actually I have an older brother and older sister. They were not living with us. When I was in my childhood, we have only my sister, myself, and a little brother.
Where were the other two?
They were in my hometown, that's in Hupei.
Please spell it.
H-U-P-E-I. Hupei, yes.
And they were living separately.
That's right. They were married or away from home. We were much younger. Because after my father was married and had few children, then he went to university. So that's why many years my parents were not together. So we don't have any. So this tremendous gap between the age between myself and older brother and older sisters.
So that accounts for the spread of ages.
That's right.
Where did you go to the university?
Your
father?
Nanking University.
Nanking.
Yes.
What did he study?
Ministry. So he later became a minister.
Oh. So that when you were growing up and he was home by then, there were a younger brother
and one older sister.
And an older sister.
So three of us together.
And then how long did you live there all through your childhood in Nanking?
Not in Nanking.
Oh, in Hupei.
That's in Jiangxi province. And actually, when my father was a minister, we had a elementary school with the church. So that's why I was attending that church, where my father was a minister and also the principal of that elementary school.
How did it feel to have your father the principal of your school?
Very good. But as far as my father is a minister, but as a child I never interested in religion. They have a part-time to get me to church. Even now I still don't go to church.
Then how long did you live there?
Oh, in Jiangxi, I think it's from until 5th grade.
Until 5th grade.
Then because the elementary school only from first grade to 4th grade. And the 5th grade, they have my father sent me to another missionary school away from home. That would be in a boarding care home. Not, yes.
Boarding school.
Boarding school.
Boarding school.
Boarding school, not boarding care. Boarding school. So that's boarding school. It's a missionary school named Baldwin High School. They had the elementary school and also have kindergarten. But I started in the boarding school from 5th grade until graduate from high school. But because it's a missionary school, so we were forced, we have to go to church all the time. So I've been going to church from elementary school to high school. After I graduated from high school, I've been talking about I graduated from high school and also graduated from church. I still don't go to church.
You had a double graduation.
That's it. So when people tell me go to church, I say I graduated.
Was your sister still at home when you were going through school? You said she was older.
Yeah, but we went to the same school. Later on in the high school.
And then after high school?
No, I went to high school. She left after the I think to nursing school. Yes. I graduated from high school and then to Jinin College from there. But during that time it was wartime, so I attended Jinin College 2 years. Was in Sichuan.
Was this World War II or was this before then?
World War II. And so the first 2 years was in Chengdu, Sichuan, Chengdu. Yes, there are many universities in that Huaxiba. That's what do you call it? Western school in Chengdu. The first 2 years I was in that in College. In 1946, I think we win the war, right? End of the Second World War, right? With Japanese. 46.
46.
Yes. So the school went back to Nanking. So I graduated 2 years. My college was in Nanking. I graduated from Nanking University in 1948. And then after that, it's communist invasion of the China. So my graduation class in 1948 was the last graduation class in that college. And then communists took over the mainland China in 1949.
49.
Yes.
How did that affect you?
Naturally, that we have to escape communism from mainland China to Taiwan. So I went to Taiwan in 1949.
Did your whole family go?
No, I was alone there. Because at that time my older sister was in Taiwan. So after I graduated from Jinin College, I went to Qingdao for a short period when communists come near closer. So I think I left Shanghai in March 1949. But by May, it's all occupied by communism. I just get out about 2 months before they took over the whole mainland China. I was lucky.
Yes. Your parents were still there?
No, my parents...
And your younger brother?
No, my younger brother... actually, I grew up practically in school, from the elementary school, high school, college, all in school. I have little contact with the family. And at that time, I think my brother was still in mainland China. And my father died before I graduated from college. And I think my mother died. After my father died, my mother stayed with my older brother. So in Sichuan. So then after I left mainland China, there's no contact with the family member at all. And the rest for a little while.
All right. Then what happened to your brother, do you know? Your younger brother?
No, he's still remained in China.
He remained there.
Yes.
And your mother remained there, so only you and your older sister were in Taiwan.
In Taiwan, that's right.
And what did you do there?
Oh, I was doing some work in the child welfare. We organized the child welfare organization.
In what city? In
Taipei.
Taipei.
That's right. So later I got a scholarship to United States in 1953. Went to McGill University School of Social Work. So I was there 2 years.
Was the scholarship
From
from...
United Board for Christian Higher Education in China in the past. Was
so
in China.
it didn't matter to them whether you were in the United States or in Canada.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because
That the United Board for Higher Education in China was in the United Board has established 13 outstanding Christian university in China. Jinin College is one of them. So they have a scholarship. Actually, I think after 1949, when the communists took over mainland China, they took over all the universities, kicked the United Board out of China. They occupied all the universities. So then the United Board have a lot of money to provide scholarships for students. So I received a scholarship to come to USA study my master's degree in McGill for 2 years. And after graduation, I come to the United States. I haven't stayed ever since then.
where did you go?
The first, I spent about 15 years in New York area doing the social work, mostly for the treatment of emotionally disturbed and delinquent children from age, like say, 8 to 15 or 16.
Were they in their own homes or in an institutional
In the
setting?
institution setting, all of them in institution setting, yes.
Then did you work for the institution?
That's correct. I've been to, let me see, maybe 5 different homes. And in Connecticut for 2 years, in Michigan for 2 years, and then back to New York. So I've been most time in the New York area. I love my work.
Yeah. Did you encounter any special difficulty with language or the way people behaved after making that transition from Taipei?
No, I don't. I never experienced. Even before I came to the West, people were talking about the racial, intense situation in the West. I don't know. I mean, United States. I don't know what's that true. But in New York, I never experienced this racial feelings. I worked all the organizations, American organization, and so I had a very good working relationship with the organization that I have worked, including 3 years as a student fieldwork instructor for Columbia University School of Social Work. That the Columbia School of Social Work is one of the top schools of social work in the United States.
Still is.
That still is, yes. So I had a 3 years fieldwork student fieldwork training experience. I loved it very much.
Did you work with children of various cultures and nationalities?
Oh, yes.
You were not working just with Chinese children.
There's no Chinese ever in my caseload.
That's interesting.
At that time, they don't have any trouble kids in the United States. I think years ago, but they do now, right? But that's 1960s. There's no. As I say, the 15 years I worked in New York area, not one single Chinese student on my caseload or on my students' caseload. There's not one Chinese.
Now, student caseload reminds me, just back up to McGill, did you have field work as a student there?
That's right. The first year was in a foster home, because as a foreign student, the easier placement in the foster home. The first year, the field placement in a foster home setting.
And the second year?
The second year, child guidance clinic.
Say that again.
Child guidance.
Oh, the child guidance
clinic. Yes. Because I like, treatment of emotionally disturbed kids.
So you were quite well prepared when you went to New York.
Yes.
To work with delinquent, emotionally disturbed
That's
children.
Right, yes.
Now, you said something about having gone to Michigan for 2 years.
That's right.
What were you doing? How did that happen?
This is home. No, just, January when I go, I changed jobs. That's how it happened. I changed job, and in the past, the casework journal, they have a list of hundreds of jobs in the back of the social work casework journal, right? Mm-hmm. So when I want to change job, look at that. I see Michigan, there's a home in Flint, Michigan, where they have what's that car, what they call, big factory, car maker, right?
Yes, automobiles.
Automobiles, that's right. They have a home, they call waiting home. Mm-hmm. So it's for emotionally disturbed kids. Mm-hmm. So I was there working for 2 years. Then I came back to New York.
Well, I'm interested in why you went to Michigan and why you went back to New York.
It's all job related,
Because of the job, you were interested in those particular jobs.
No, many times I changed the job mostly for one reason. Let's say when I went to that organization, I have an interview with the director of social service or whoever, that I liked him or her, so I accept job, move in. For some reason, they also have a change. When they change the director of that service, that organization, I gave myself 3 months to see how they're operating. Mm-hmm. If the way they're operating is not according to my standard or my practice, I just quit.
Oh, so you really put those new executives on probation for 3 months.
That's correct. Uh-huh. Many times I changed job exactly because of that reason.
Uh-huh. Well, that's pretty practical. It works with employers taking on employees for probation. Why shouldn't it go the other way too?
Right. Generally, I give myself around 2 or 3 months. Mm-hmm. I think I don't care about working under that person. Mm-hmm. So there's so many jobs openings, so very easy.
It wasn't so hard to find jobs.
No, not at all. That, as I said, they have a casework. Do we still have a casework journal? Do we have a casework journal?
Yes.
They have a job openings in the back?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Hundreds all over the United States. Have many jobs opening. So anytime I don't like the jobs, I just get up and go.
Well, that was very practical. And I think it shows initiative that not everybody has.
No. Even like the 3 years, I work with the students at the Children's Village, so I love it. Mm-hmm. But to a point, I think there's some problem there. I said, I'm not going to stay. Mm-hmm. So this job for Director of Social Service, I called, and I got a job. I promoted to the Director of Social Service, right?
Yeah. Well, I admire your courage to make the changes. Then it was after 15 years in New York that you decided to come to California. Did you pick Southern California for some special reason, or
yes.
was it just an accident?
No, it's not accident. I picked because I came to, I think 1 year, I came to California to visit for the first time, and stayed with my friend in Monterey Park. Mm-hmm. When I come here, I love it right away because of the weather. Mm-hmm. In New York, New York weather. Summertime so humid, and ice perspiring terribly. Wintertime so cold, hard, snow. Gee, I don't like it. I said 15 years too much. I'm going to move to the west. But I talk about that for 2 years, or even 3 years. Finally, because when I was in New York, I have many friends, in New York. They have elderly parents from mainland China. And when the communists control mainland China, they don't, at that time, in the Mao Zedong period, they don't let anyone go out, but do let older people go out because they're not productive. Mm-hmm. So if the children in the United States want the older parents out, they can very easily get the permission to go to Hong Kong. Then the children in the United States to Hong Kong to get the parents to New York. So when I visit my friends on weekends, we're talking, have dinner together, always have a chance talking to those elderly parents. So being a social worker, I'm generally like talk to them, about their problems. So when I was talking to them, they always describe, saying something like, they came out from the Iron Curtain in mainland China, right? This Iron Curtain, to the United States. Since they do not speak English, they cannot read English. There's nothing for them to do, in the 1960s. Not like now, you have television in Chinese, you have newspaper in Chinese, you have magazines in Chinese, so many things in Chinese. At that time, 1960s, there's practically nothing except you go to Chinatown, have some kind of magazines, So they feel so lonely, so isolated. And they feel they get out Iron Curtain in China, came to prison, like in the United States. They don't dare to go out. They get lost, they don't understand English, they cannot recognize the streets, So in the daytime, the sons and daughters, grandchildren, to work or to school, they were left alone at home all day. It's very lonely. So they really, as talking about, started in tears, So it's a miserable life. I was thinking, there's so many of them there, maybe somebody should do something about those older people, So at that time I have been thinking about maybe I should, do something. And then again, I was the director of that social service. The first 2 years was pretty good. Somehow there was a change of the big change in that organization. Particularly, it's terrible. I didn't stay even for 3 months. I left right away. Maybe 2 months. I quit. And that time I thought, maybe at that time I should go. Actually, when I was doing the student supervision, the faculty in the School of Social Work I worked at Columbia University, been talking to me so many times. Go back to school, get a doctorate degree. Actually, I say, I think about it. Actually, I don't like to study. I'm not a bookworm. I don't like to read books, something like that. I just say, okay, I think about it. I never thought about that. But when time comes, I should do something about senior citizen, elderly, But I know nothing about elderly. I don't know anything about older people and no experience. And then I think about maybe I should go back to school. So that's how I left New York that's 1970, I think 71. When I quit that school, when I quit that last job, So I came to New York, and actually I drove myself. My friend said I'm crazy. I drove my car all alone by myself from New York to Los Angeles.
How long did it take you?
Take 5 days, actually 4.5 days, because when I got to Palm Springs, I stopped not Palm Springs. This what's called the Date Street. What's called that? This anyhow. 4 days I drove in. Generally, I have a AAA map. I map out. First night stay here. Second night here, all the way, all of the Howard Johnson's.
Howard Johnson.
They have food, right? So I said one Howard Johnson this night. I generally out early and stop early too. So when I stopped in Howard Johnson, I called right away for the next, make reservations for next in Howard Johnson.
So you made arrangements, each day in advance.
Day, that's right. Until I got to the west. There's no Howard Johnson at that time.
No. Where did you stop then? In Indio?
Indio, that's right. That's Indio, yes. And in Indio I start, they had no Howard Johnson. I start the, what do you call that? Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn.
Yes. I start the Holiday Inn. And then I get to Palm Springs for my breakfast. So I called my friend in Monterey Park. I says, I'm here in Palm Springs. I'll be Monterey Park for lunch. Prepare ready for me for lunch. So I got here Monterey Park for lunch.
And your friend was ready.
That's right. So when I got to Los Angeles, I because I want to do something for Smithsonian or visit to this what do you call it, leisure home, leisure world with Laguna Beach. That's a big one. And I visit the place and then talk to people, and also that's another one, Seal Beach, right?
Yes.
Yes. I feel the Seal Beach. When I see people living together, I thought, if we can, of course, I cannot have big place. You have a small place, for them to live together, no language problem, no transportation car problem, no generation gap, because those Chinese elderly from China somehow have problem with the children educated in the United States. They're thinking very different. And then in this case, if they don't live together, there will be no generation gap, right? So that's why I have this idea, maybe so that's my idea of having building a facility for them living together. So when I went to, actually there are two universities. I went to UCLA, I went to USC. So of course in Monterey Park, UCLA is too far away. USC is closer. Particularly when I learned, that time in 1971, the UCLA just started deductive program the first year.
That's
correct?
Right. That's
and
right.
the USC have 15 years already.
Yes, we started in 1953. 53.
That's the year.
That's right.
That's the year I came from China. So when I heard about that, of course USC have worked, 53 years already. 15 years already. The UCLA only started, 1971, the first year. I don't know whether they know how to do it. So I decided to come to USC. Do you remember I talked to you?
Oh, I remember.
About my plans. You say you have school only have research and teaching. What you like? I said I don't like at night. So you asked me what I like. I talked to you about some Chinese elderly, So you said there's no problem. We can arrange gerontology at that time. I even don't know what's gerontology because when I was in New York, as I said, I don't like to read. I don't read that much. I don't know the term gerontology then, 1971.
Well, see, I was director of doctoral admissions when you stopped in.
Yes.
And the school had a very close relationship with the gerontology center.
Yes.
In fact, Maurice Hamovich, who was on our faculty, and somebody from sociology, Dr. Peterson, took turns being the director until a permanent director was employed. And so there was a very close relationship, and we were helping to define what the courses could be.
Yes. So I'm very glad, the flex school was able to be flexible, So I rented the courses I need, for my preparation of my work. So I was very appreciative for the school, special arrangement for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, as I remember, when you came, we had filled our class for the fall.
Yes. And also there was no scholarship, right? Yes. And then, so anyhow, I had put my name on my application there, and then went to San Luis Obispo, have one college, classmate in San Luis Obispo. Mm-hmm. I went to visit her from her place. At that time, I can still drive, all the way from New York to Los Angeles, to San Luis Obispo. From there, I drove all the way to Los Angeles, to San Francisco by myself, just for sightseeing. Mm-hmm. So on the way back, I stopped at my friend's house too, and then come home. When I come home, there should be a telephone call. Let me go hurry up to go to you have somebody, a student, withdraw, from that scholarship, mm-hmm. and also stipends given to me. So it's like a miracle.
Yes, because as I remember it, it was a student who had illness in his family, and he had to withdraw and would come later and did.
He did come later?
Left an opening for you.
Oh, I see. So that's lucky. I got that, unbelievable. Mm-hmm. So it's even I don't like school, but I work very hard.
Well, tell me a little about the experience you had as a doctoral student.
It's very difficulty financially, because when I was in school, I have a scholarship and a stipend for $300 a month, right? Of mm-hmm. course, not enough. At least it helped. But after I left school, I organized the Chinese American Golden Age Association. It's zero. Money, as far as money is concerned, nothing.
How did you go about doing that, Francis?
Because I still have some savings. Mm-hmm. When I was in New York, generally the organization I work, the salaries, I generally get a better paid organization I go to work. So I don't support anybody, so I have some salaries. I have some savings. Mm-hmm. And most of my savings I brought, like mutual funds and some like AT&T, the stocks, So after I left, actually when I come from New York to Los Angeles, I think I have around 7,000 cash in the bank. Mm-hmm. But it's if somebody knows how to manage money, they can very easily, like that time, Monterey Park, the properties, the price is very low. Mm-hmm. If somebody suggests me use the money, buy maybe 10 units or apartment, mm-hmm. I can live in one, rent that out, and then I can become a $250,000 person, Mm-hmm. But instead, I don't know how to manage the money. Just use the money in the bank. And then when I was in school for 3 years, of course, the $7,000 went out. Nothing, very quickly, And then after left school, I don't even have my $7,000 in the bank is out. And also $300 stipends, scholarships, stipends out. So the income is penniless. So I started selling my mutual funds. Probably mutual fund has quite a good deal of money. Mm-hmm. So every time I don't remember, like say, selling 200 shares, 100 shares maybe, I get $2,000. Mm-hmm. So then based on the $2,000, when this sold $2,000, I sold another 100. I sold another 100. Sold another 100. About 4.5 years, I've been living like that. Mm-hmm. Until I built this, until built a Golden Age village.
Well, tell me a little about the process of getting a group interested in this and then going about getting the funding for it.
Oh, first, of course, I organized the Chinese American Golden Age Association. So we have membership. The first membership come from when I doing the dissertation. I have 50
Came from what?
Dissertation, research.
Uh-huh.
I have 50 interviewed 50 Chinese elderly, 55 and over, the Chinese elderly. So when I organized this Chinese American Golden Age Association, I told them I want to build, like say apartment buildings for the senior citizens, So of course those people are very interested in that. So when I called this meeting together, so they invite many other Chinese join the association. So actually at that time the membership fee is $5 a year. So that money can only used for the mailing, printing those things, So actually I was doing volunteer work. There's no money at all. So from the organization of the Chinese American Golden Age Association, we have board, select the board members. So that's how it organized, how it started.
Were there other facilities for elderly Chinese in the region?
Not
this was
at all.
The first one.
That's right. That's 1974, right? There are not that many Chinese in Monterey Park. When I come from Monterey Park, from New York in 1971, when I want the Chinese food, I have to go to Chinatown. When I want Chinese groceries, I have to go Los Angeles Chinatown. There are not many Chinese, but slowly, gradually, there are many Chinese churches moved from New York, from the Monterey Park, from Taiwan to California. Those churches is very interesting. The first, of course, when they first come to here, they don't have money, so they church. If they are Baptists, they will rent, a church space from the Baptist church.
Go ahead. I was just checking to see if the tape
a Baptist church, they say they rented the church from Baptists, for the Chinese speaking. After a few years, they became they purchased the land and built their own churches. So now so many Chinese churches here, because the church people, they donated money to church and then built their own church. Even in Monterey Park, well, quite a few beautiful Chinese churches here.
Well, did getting your group organized mean that you had to turn to the churches for financial help too?
Not one penny. I mean, church themselves. I think there's one thing about the Chinese people. If they're Buddhist, they're very generous, give money to the Buddhist church, Buddhist temple. If the Christians, they're very generous, make money to the church, whatever church they want, they give money. As far as the social welfare is concerned, forget about it. No, I never get any financial anything from the church or any place at all.
So, aside from your own resources, how did you go about financing the construction of this organization?
Then naturally, I applied for the hard loan. I think we applied 2 times. In 1977, the first time we applied. Generally, when you apply hard loan, you have a financial plan. Not financial. You have to have a consultant who are experienced in the hard loan. So we have to have, like say, $4,000. The initial fee for the consultant, $4,000. So that money we have come from we have a fundraising donations, So so we can pay the housing consultant $4,000. So we had one to put the package together to apply HUD loan in 1977. But the 1977, our loan application being rejected because, according to what I learned, and also according to the housing consultant, nobody get approval at HUD loan first application. So that's natural.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So anyhow, the HUD, the housing consultant went to Washington D.C. asked, they said this is a very important project. We have to try to help them. And in particular, there's no any Chinese applied HUD loan in the whole United States in the past. So probably the housing consultant convinced HUD, and HUD also said, okay, tell them to go USC, have a co-sponsor. So apply again 1978. So that's what we did. So that's why I marched to see Dr. James Byrne, gerontologist, because he's quite well known. Right? What happened? Where is he now?
Well, when he retired from USC, he went to UCLA.
Yeah.
And has been teaching there gerontology,
yes,
and autobiographies.
Oh, I see. So first of all, that Dr. James Byrne was when I left school, organized the Golden Age Association. I had asked him on our advisory board. So he was on our advisory board when we applied the HUD loan the second time. That's why second time HUD also said, the board of directors, not all the Chinese, not all the senior citizens, should have some young people on the board. So I went to talk to Dr. James Byrne for two things. Number one, I want him to USC co-sponsor the project. Number two, I need some young people from USC to be on the board. So he agreed. So he sent three of them. Probably, I don't remember, you can see the name over there, on our board, from USC Gerontology Center to be on our board. And also we had added some Chinese people on our, board, and so that's how the second time when we applied the HUD loan, they approved for $4.5 million loan. So that's where the money comes from.
And how many people was the Golden Age Village set up?
It's 120 units. And because it's a HUD loan, we cannot take all the Chinese. So at that time, I submitted the request. Let's say we have 120 units, 80 units, not just Chinese, Asians, 80 unit Asians. Another 40 units will divide into Caucasians, Mexicans, blacks, and or like that, HUD approved. Now it's different. Now it's lottery. HUD don't use this kind of policy. It's all lottery. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Even over the Montreal Park, we had a new 76 units housing project for senior citizens. For 76 units, we have 3,000 applications. They then take, like I say, they pick up 500 from 3,000 to do the lottery, and then 76 people are accepted to the units, and then the rest of them put them on the waiting list. So.
But now you have some 9 Chinese people living in the Golden Age.
Yes, we had right from the beginning. We have 80 units are Asians, and of course they include the Japanese, the Asians, and then the other 40 units Caucasians, blacks. As I said, we have an even lady from Fahana, Cuba.
From where?
From Cuba.
Oh, from Cuba.
Yes. So they have people from all over, And now, because according to heart regulation, those people who can come in have to be on the waiting list. So in the beginning, I cannot get any not non-Chinese. I have to go to Learning Center, that's Monterey Park Chinese Center, talk to them, and get them application form, ask them to come to apply. I even went to USC, talked to my classroom. We have a black student in my class. What's her name? She was teaching somewhere.
Who was in your class?
That's right.
I don't think of who that was.
Anyhow, so I have to get the application, tell them, send us black senior citizens. So in the beginning, we did have 2 of them. Because I go off, because according to how the ruling, I have to have them, Yes. So I have a lot of them, Caucasians from Monterey Park Learning Center, and also the Mexicans. Because Learning Center have a 2 senior citizens club, Mexicans. So they sent me those applications. After that, we closed our waiting list for how many years? For I think 10 years.
Oh, really?
Because there were too many people on the waiting list. So for those who are on the waiting list, practically almost all Chinese. Whenever anyone move out, the replacement all Chinese. Now they have only few left, non-Chinese. That's not our doing. That's hard doing. Even one time, the Learning Center have a lovely black lady, The Learning Center that can talk to you, whether we can have an opening.
Until it gets started again. Okay, should be ready to go.
Okay. So it's a lovely black lady, want to come to want a place to stay, and I talked to her, have office check with the heart, we don't have black people in our project. These people are badly in need, of housing. Can we take this old lady to our project? Heart say, no. It's not on the waiting list. There's no exceptions. So we cannot take them. So ever since then, that all those who are on the waiting list are Chinese. So they're all replaced, whoever move out, all the Chinese. So we have only few non-Chinese left in our project. Probably pretty soon, because people don't apply, I don't know for what reason, because they thought there's a Chinese organization, they are racially prejudiced against us, they don't come to apply. So maybe another few years, you may become all total Chinese. But our administration, all the management on the site practice all non-Chinese speaking, except one assistant manager. Because we have so many Chinese, we must have somebody able to communicate with so many hard forms, you have to have Chinese translation. So in the past, the whole administration crew or English speaking. Since last year, I started some change. I try to replace the administrative staff to bilingual Chinese. They can, speak Chinese. The older people, as they older, they need more help. So I try to begin to use the Chinese staff.
How big a staff did you have?
We have actually 9 people on the staff. One is the supervisor. This is the one person hot at the proof, the supervisor, supervised in charge of the whole operation, because this person have to experience knowing the hot rules, because hot rules is very complicated. Also, so they have to have experience with the hot, nose hot operation requirement. This is the one, and I can change it, but when I have a new people for the job, I have to send this person to quotation to Hart, have their approval. If they reject it, I cannot hire this person. Mm-hmm. So this is one person. And then under that, we have two on-site manager. One is a manager and an assistant manager. And then we have three managers.
When you say outside managers, you mean they don't live here?
No, they all live here.
Oh, they do live here?
Yeah. The on-site manager.
On-site.
On-site.
I thought you said outside.
On-site manager.
On-site manager.
Yeah. The on-site only one needs to live here. Assistant manager doesn't need to live here. The Hart allowed for one unit free of rent for the on-site manager. Mm-hmm. The assistant manager doesn't live there. That's a 3-person. Plus 3 maintenance. Maintenance to do maintenance work, that's how many? 6 plus 2 night guy.
Mm-hmm. Custodian?
Yeah, custodian, that's right. Actually it's 7. Mm-hmm. Now office have another assistant help in the office. That's right, that's 9. Mm-hmm. We'll get another help, but because of so many hard regulations, so we have now 9 people.
9 people.
Yeah.
But you're not working yourself.
No, I'm not.
Except taking care of the garden.
I'm actually in charge of whatever things, they have to have.
So you're still in charge.
Still in charge. But I'm not a salary worker. I'm doing volunteer work over that. My salary
You're a volunteer.
Salary is paid for the association. Financially totally separate. Mm-hmm. The association, so like we made $1.5 million loan at the chair donation to Hart. That's associations have nothing to do with Hart. Hart will not let me spend 1 penny. Their penny, that's their money. Looks like even I represent the owner. Mm-hmm. Of course, I have authority, but I do not spend 1 penny of theirs. Mm-hmm.
Then the facility is now operated by a board with a manager.
Actually, by a board, actually
by you.
That's
You're
right.
president of the board.
That's right.
How big is the board? And who are the people who are on it? What kinds of people?
Board, yes, I said in the past we have 3 from USC, right? After we got a loan, they withdraw. Mm-hmm. And then actually, now we have a very small board. We have only 4 people on the board.
Oh.
Yes, like myself, the president, Larry Lee is the vice president, and then that Danny Yu is on the board, mm-hmm. and also Betty Nin. She's mm-hmm. our secretary and the treasurer. So we're only 4 people now. Mm-hmm. So it's a very small board.
You're going to keep it that way?
Yes, I want to keep it. I don't want too many people mm-hmm. because there's nothing much here. I don't. I'm retired. I have no intention to develop any project. Mm-hmm. So just keep this Golden Age Village going. Mm-hmm. And also we have received 5 superior ratings from Hart mm-hmm. because of that person I mentioned about Pat Clark. Remember?
Yes.
Pat Clark. She was the one. Like I say, we have the 20 years. I think about 18 years. She was in charge. That supervisor mm-hmm. Hart approved. Take care of the project. She's a very capable person. Mm-hmm. Now, last year I tried to, because the residents have been constantly asking me to have Chinese-speaking staff, mm-hmm. People. I thought maybe I should begin to do that, Mm-hmm. So I have asked another, Ms. Eugene Lin, the Chinese people. So he's still in training mm-hmm. because Hart is a very strict requirement. So he need, according to the schedule to work out, they need to train him for 1 year, and then until Hart approves. Mm-hmm. The Hart is still, not receive total salary, just help partially. Help, whatever things needs to be done. and we have to have, PEC involved.
Sounds like HUD is very closely involved all the time.
Yes or no? Because in the past, they come here, for the past few years, they come for the inspection. For the past, I think more than 5-6 years, they never showed up because HUD have their own problems. One time, they even closed the office first they closed us for 1 year, and then a year and a half, almost 2 years. And then they try to straighten out their problems. So ever since then, they nobody come to the village. So as I said, we received 5 superior ratings from HUD. That's some time ago. They haven't been showing up for quite some time.
Now, when you first started the Golden Age Village, you didn't have the condominiums then, did you?
No, started with this building, with the Golden Age Village, because when we first purchased land, we purchased larger, almost 5 acres, and so actually we sold another piece across the street, because we sold one small piece across the street with more than 1 acre, so able to pay the money we have to pay for the land. It's at that time it's only 500,000 something. The land, purchase of the land, and we have to have money to pay for the land from Garfield School District. We purchased the land from Garfield School District, and also I should tell you the story about purchasing land, because land that so many people want to grab this land. We have to go to Garfield School District to apply. Then the other people apply too, so we have the competition. And happened the Garfield School District, the superintendent is a graduate of USC.
That was helpful.
Of course. They didn't get it, I get it. And so anyhow, we get this big piece across the street, the piece. Otherwise, association with where we can go get more than $500,000 by the land, there's no way. So at that time we have a board of directors in the real estate. So first we put some news on the newspaper, telling them we have this piece of land, plan to build a housing project for senior citizens, particularly Chinese, have people donation, not 1 penny. No people respond. That's how I say people give money to church, the Buddhist temple, not something like that. So one of the board of directors, is in real estate business. So he told me, let's sold that piece of land. That's just a little bit of 1 acre. We sold that for $250,000, $250,000. But the total land is only $500,000, right? So that's big deal. And also then many people want to buy this piece of land too, more than 1 acre. So who wants lend us another $300,000? We sold the land too, because even we sold quarter million, still cheap, you see. Whoever company want to buy the land, lend us and $300,000, and then from $300,000 loan, 10% interest at that time.
How much?
10% interest.
10.
Yeah, at that time bank is 9, so we give a little bit more. So they give me a signed contract for 2 years. We pay back because we get hard loan, we can pay back the land.
Yes.
Yeah. So this one Chinese company, they made money, so gave us $250,000 plus lend us $300,000. That's $500,000 something to half $1,000,000, right? So we paid back Garfield School District all the land sale. We didn't spend a penny on that. You see that?
It was all on paper.
Not on paper. Yes, that's right.
All on paper.
That's right.
Yes.
So when we built Golden Age Village, we still have some acres left. So really it took off more than 2 acres. So we still have more than 1 acres left. That's for the Golden Age Manor, Golden Age Villas. So we, at that time, the Golden Age Village is so pretty, so good. For low income, the higher income, they couldn't come in. So people says, that's not fair. For low income people build such a beautiful project, we cannot come in. You should build another one. So that's how we have another more than acres. So I said, okay, I have asked an architect, because at that time my original plan was build a Golden Age Village. The rest I want to build a boarding care home for the people who cannot, older people who cannot cook, not nursing home, boarding care home. So I had to save that piece of land for the boarding care home. Is that the piece of paper? So maybe you can turn this off. So we first built these with the HUD project for low income.
That was a Golden Age Village.
Golden Age Village. Originally, we wanted this whole piece was saved up for building a Golden Age home. They call it assistant living, right? They call
Assistant
now.
living,
Yeah, or in the past we call it residential care home.
Yes.
Provide room and board. So people say it's not fair, for the low income, such a beautiful, nice facility, nothing for us. So I talked to an architect, and I want him to figure out whether we can use half of this land, we still can build a boarding care home, 100 units. One architect, yes, you can do that. So I take this 1 acres, right in the middle, build a Golden Age Manor. That's 1986. I built this.
And how many units were there?
That's 33 units.
33
units.
33
yes.
units.
33 units. That's 2 bedrooms, condo. That's right next door over there. I used to live there. So I try to build that, later on, we tried to build a Golden Age home, a boarding care home, assisted living, So I try to raise money. I think we spent 2 or 3 years. I didn't raise the money I wanted. The money I was supposed to raise 5 million. I didn't. Not forget about it. I cannot raise that kind of money.
Well, the prices for such facilities were lower then. I mean, people who wanted to move in didn't have to pay as high prices as they do now. Is that right?
Even these. No, when I do this project, the land is a little bit more than half an acre. I sold 400,000. You see, 400,000. That's 1986. At that time, I still think, I don't want to make a number. I don't want to make too much money. So at that time, each unit only sold, like say, from 80,000 to 95,000. That project. So we made some money on here. That's how they. What's that?
They pay that amount for a condominium.
That's right. So I tried to raise 5 million. I thought, if I have government loan build these, and then so citizen benefit, they can see that we have a track record. Should able, their parents still here when they're getting old, they need to move. This is independent living. They need to move to assisted living. So this will be built for the boarding care home. But no Chinese want to give me money. So under this condition, I says forget about it. So I can change the condominium plan, change it golden boarding care home, build these. That's where the money comes from. Here's for same piece of land, 1984 85, 86, we sold, for $400,000. From here, we sold close to $1,900,000. That's how
for each one.
Land, I talking about land. Mm-hmm. That's how the 1.5 million chair come from these two projects.
Yes.
A land sale. Of course, land sale still now, of course, I made some money, so that's how. Mm-hmm. So for these, as here, we built this project, sold to 80,000 to 95,000. But after 2 or 3 years, the people who live there move out, sold 130,000 to make money. So I talked to an attorney. Can I make control of that? Because I sold them cheap, for the benefit of the seniors. They want to resell that for that high money. Attorney says you cannot do that. So when I reviewed this project, I saw the market price. Mm-hmm. So the price for this Golden Age villas is some, I think, 100. How much is that? 170,000. Mm-hmm. One unit.
That was for the second group of condominiums.
Yeah. Right here.
That you're living in
170 units. Mm-hmm. Now they're sold 190 units. They still make money. Mm-hmm. But still people want to buy it. Mm-hmm. So that's how we are able to donate a chair to the USC because these two development.
Yes, you could as a profit could not be used except for a non-profit organization.
That's right.
And so, rather than turning it back into the Golden Age Village.
No, not for Golden Age Village. We don't need money for the Golden Age Village.
Yeah, so that you use that money to create the chair in the School of Social Work.
Yeah, of course, first we talk about, we use the money, organize a foundation. Mm-hmm. We manage the money, given the scholarship ourselves. Mm-hmm. But my second thought, I'm close to 80 years old. When I'm here, I can control the money. When I'm not here, who knows, right? Mm-hmm. So when I'm talking to you, do you remember you suggested why not sell the chair, right? Mm-hmm. So yes, you tell me what about the chair? You told me. So I said, make a proposal. So that's how it comes from. Mm-hmm. Our board director, very cooperative with me. They understand the situation. They too, Mm-hmm. Of course, they themselves have their own business. They're very busy. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to money, when you have money, there's always trouble. So the safest way, as you suggested, so the chair, I can trust USC, can mm-hmm. make the good use of that. Mm-hmm. So that's how we donate the money mm-hmm. to the to the school.
There are two things I want to ask you about. I seem to remember that at one point you remodeled the kitchens because the ladies were shorter than the counters, made it comfortable for them to work.
No, that's that's not remodel. That's when the construction. They did that.
The original construction.
That's right. Yes.
So you took that into account.
Then. Yes.
And so there really wasn't anything that you would want to do to remodel the Golden Age Village.
No.
See, it was already set as it should be.
Yes, and also Golden Age Village. We are the owner in name only. Heart still control.
Yes.
If we need our if we need money to do anything at the village, we have our operation money. Uh-huh. We have a lot of money mm-hmm. because we, Golden Age Village under my control. Plus Pat Clark, mm-hmm. she's very good, dependable. Mm-hmm. We save a lot of money. So I didn't tell you, I think it's how many years ago, the heart discovered we have too much, generally the heart requirement. You reserve replacement and also residual funds, right? Together should not be exceed 400,000.
Yeah, they set a limit.
That's a limit. And then 1 year, they add together, we have 800,000. So they says that's no good. Because the money we saved all come from rental income. They reduce our rent. They reduce our rent, that means they reduce the subsidy. You see, we suffered. We saved money, they did not give us an award. We've been penalized.
Yes. Yeah, they would penalize you because you were saving money.
That's right. We're penalized, and they reduce our rental subsidy. So we rent, I think many years ago, like the rental, we supposed close to 400 something a month for rental subsidy. They reduce to 300 a month. You say, well, Tony, how much money we lost each year, the operation fund. So we've been struggle years. Now, slowly, we got back. But still, they still don't. I think for $800,000, I think we still have half of them still has $400,000. So anything we want to repair, remodel, anything. We have money, not hard money. We have in our account.
Yes.
We cannot use Golden Age Village Association's money. We don't need to. But I cannot use, even 1 year, we have this party from we have this Moon Festival party. And each year we have Moon Festival party. We have to have some, entertainment program. 1 year, this year, Chinese group delinquent, boys, and been reformed by church people, and they're very excellent singing group, music or something. They brought them to United States, so come to our project, well, give us a performance. Naturally, we give them like say $300, for their performance. How to see that? This is illegal income. You cannot use the money. We have a lot of money. They will not let you use that.
Yeah.
Even they criticize. I cannot use this $300 for the entertainment,
Yeah.
So that's how hot operate. So that the money we make from these cannot be used for that. I will not allow to use for that.
Now, at the time that you were also thinking about making a gift for chair, you yourself put some money into an endowment for scholarships, a personal
money. I tell you, that where the personal money come from is a very interesting story, because after, let me see, I think 1981, when we have this total land sale, the HUD gave us money to build a project, because they gave us the money, or I don't remember, they gave us $300,000 for the land building Golden Age Village. I pay for that, So association, in addition, pay for all the other loans. We still have a little bit money left. So from that time on, in I don't know what year, I began to receive a salary for myself. Do you know how much my salary amount? $1,000 a year.
$1,000 a year.
I received $1,000 a year for 10 years with a doctorate degree.
It's a good thing you didn't have to live on that.
Yes, I live on that. $1,000 a month. I'm sorry,
a month.
A month.
You said a year.
No, $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month.
That's $12,000 a year. I live on that. So then, from that time on, I don't have to sell my mutual funds, my stocks, right? So when they just happened 1981, they organized Omni Bank. Then I was invited as board director, so we can buy the stock. And then at that time, I sold the rest of my mutual fund AT&T and other, what's that, stocks, purchased stocks from Army Bank, we made money. Because in the beginning, like say, $5 a share, right? So I sold, and then another 2 years we split. Split at only $2.50 a share, right? Split. So about 10 years in between, we still purchased the share. So after 10 years, we sold all the Monterey Park, Almany Bank's stocks. When we sold bank, we made money. And at that time, when we get all my, I think all the board of director, in addition to the executive director, mine's the lowest. The old board of director, we have 9 board of directors. My share is the lowest. Like Larry Lee is our vice president, right? I think he had almost $1 million when we sold the bank. At that time, I have something like 200,000. I sold the share. So at that time, we have this Robert Flo. Somebody recommended him to me. I don't know what to do with the money, right? Somebody recommended him, so I gave him. I said, I have $200,000. What should I do? Give to him. He says, do this. I give him a 150,000. He said, you keep 50,000. For what? Capped against tax.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. So I keep 50,000 and almost that amount for capped against tax that year. And of course I have a few $1,000s left. Have taken people to restaurant to eat, to celebrate, right, to make money. Another maybe 3 years later, I'm back to 200,000. That's how, back to 200,000. So at that time, people generally in the past, you'd give out the money after you died. I said, I don't want to do that. I should give money before I died, right? So that's how I gave 100,000 to USC, 100,000 to United Board. That's gave me scholarship. And also the Jining College, they were the original sponsor for the Jining College in Nanking. Now our university in Nanking is back to operation. We have a 13 university in China sponsored by the United Board. I think only 2 or 3 back to operation. Jining College is one of them. So my donation to the United Board, directly the money should be used for the Jining College. So that's how I gave to them 100,000 give to USC. Yes. That's my personal
it's a very
money.
good way to use your money.
Yes. And also that, actually the Robert Flo is great helping me to make the money. That's very good investment, So that's how after you supposed to 150,000, but a few years later, I'm back to 200,000. So at that time I said, yeah, okay, I like to do something about 200,000 because I live very comfortably. I don't need money for what, right? And also I have my Social Security. I still receive money, from the association, from the operation of that project. So anyhow, whatever money we have made for the association, all because I made it possible, right?
Well, I hardly approve of the way you've been making and spending your money.
But you can see the product. Golden Age Village, Golden Age Manor, Golden Age Villas. Particular Golden Village, we sold very high price. People still buy it. Anytime anybody move out right before somebody get it.
You have a waiting list?
No, yes, almost like that.
Almost like
very
that.
Quick. Around the neighborhood, there are many new projects, old ones, much lower, cheaper than ours, but lovely here.
Well, now you have a lot of activities here for the seniors.
No, in the past we have all the field over the Golden Age Village, but now greatly reduced because people are getting old. In the past, it's independent living, but the HUD over the years has changed the policy because because people receive an SSI when they go to boarding care home, they go to a nursing home. Government pay a lot more money. If they stay in the unit, government pay even full-time maid service. It's much less than go to a boarding care home because the SSI, government paid the full amount. So now we have many people, even with a stroke or things like that, they stay in the unit and they have an overnight sleeping in maid paid by the taxpayer, by government. So there's no need for me to build a boarding care home now.
No, the need for it is gone. Now, what happens when the person becomes too feeble to manage independent living, even with a full-time?
Then they have to go to nursing home. From the hospital,
so they do have to go to nursing
home. Because they need the nursing service. The maid can only, give you bath, cook for you, even feed you, but the maid cannot give you a bath, Take a few people.
Do you still have a doctor or nurse who come in from time to time?
No, we don't. In the past, we had a doctor come in, but there's nobody. We do have the acupuncture come in every Tuesday afternoon, and also a doctor cutting these too once a week. Where people, yes,
podiatrist.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
The average age for the Golden Age Village is 82 now.
82.
Yes.
And what was it when you first started? It was around 70.
That's right. 71, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's 82.
Now 82.
Yes. Well, quite a few. One will be 100-year-old next year. 2000. Will be 100 years old. Well, quite a few 90-some years old. Still healthy, still walk around, still a clear mind.
Now, if I remember correctly, the Golden Age Village has been given several awards.
That's right.
Why don't you tell me what those were?
Well, as I say, HUD, they give us a 5 superior rating, and when they come to visit our project, and at one time, I think in 1988, described the project as a model project. But still, they punish us for too much money, you see that. And then another year, we received a beautification award from the city. So we did keep our
city of Monterey.
Monterey Park.
Yes. Park.
Yes.
Yes, I forget the park.
Of course, personally, I receive so many things, you just hand up in my office or in my drawer. So it's an interesting life.
And you've enjoyed living here?
Yes, very much so. My first hobby is gardening. So I'm not only in charge of gardening at this project, also in charge of gardening of the next project. We have, Golden Age Village is 20 years now. It will be 20 years next year, right? For 19 years, I don't know how many gardener companies we changed, and none of them any good. Now I realize there's no way to keep on changing, so I have to do this, do that. Even when I brought the flowers, I have to stand in there, teach them how to plant them, like that.
So you do a lot of the gardening.
I do gardening work here myself,
yes.
But over there I don't have to do gardening.
Somebody else does it, but you supervise.
I supervise, that's right. Here, and I do it myself. Later I can walk around and show you, I planted this, I planted that, I planted this.
Yes. Now, But you still maintain control over the whole operation.
Both.
Both the manor and the Golden Age Village.
Because villas is run by the homeowner association. So we have a homeowners association. And so it's now 5 years, right? First 2 years, I was the president of the homeowner association. Then some people, they say they like to, they like to take over. I said, go ahead, you take over. But terrible situation. They just don't know how to do it. They're terrible. So I take it over again. Someone else come in, they say, want to do it. I say, go ahead and do it. Again, it's terrible. Now I realized I don't trust them anymore. In the future, I will be in charge. That's elected. When I say I want to do it, people elect me. When I say I don't want to do it, don't elect me. I says I refuse, then someone else take over. But regardless, it didn't work. Now I don't trust them anymore, so I'm taking over. Over that place, of course, I'm in charge.
Yeah. Well, what else would you like to tell me about your life and what you have done and what you do here?
Oh, in the past, we do a lot of, we have organized group activities, and particularly traveling. We do a lot, traveling organization to the Golden Age Village. I think the first trip we went to is over the Yellowstone Bridge, Yellowstone Park.
Yellowstone Park.
We have 3 buses went to Yellowstone Park. And then...
now, who pays for that? Do people...
Yes. We retain a traveling company. They provide the bus, provide the driver, we just pay whatever they require us to pay. Generally, you just pay one fee, including bus and also the hotels, traveling, everything else. So, and then in addition to Yellowstone Park, we've been to quite a number of lakes. We've been San Francisco by train, San Diego by train. That's overnight, sometimes 2 nights, And also even made a trip to Vancouver.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
And Hawaii. Yeah, we have, we just have retained a company, and then they tell us how much it will cost. Like say even in Hawaii, they will have a bus pick us up from the village and they go to airport. From airport, they have over there Hawaii take us.
So they make all the arrangements.
They make all the arrangements. We just pay one fee. Except, we have to pay the tips separately. Yes. So that's the overnight trip. Most of the day trip, we go to places like the last trip we made. I think the last trip, because I'm not organized anymore. The last trip we made is Long Beach. What do you call it?
Queen Mary.
No. That's new. What's that? New aquarium.
Oh, the new aquarium.
Right. Yes, new ones. Because if you wanted the bus, general bus for 47 people, or at least 40 people, you share the expenses, right? Now, because people are 82 years old, no one want to go any place.
Yeah.
So I had a hard time, trying to get 40-some people. Last time I called everybody. I said, that's it, no more.
Well, and I know you've gone a couple of times to the International Orchid
That's right.
Festival,
We're going sometimes.
Santa Barbara.
We love it. Yeah, but not anymore either. I've been there 5 times.
Well, and having been on a couple of those, and I remember very well how people just bought a lot of orchids and brought them
That's right. Yes, I love
to
that.
enjoy here.
Yes, yeah.
Now, is there anyone who would arrange such trips if you had enough people to go? Would Pat Clark do that?
No, this is not arrangements. These people to go. I could not get people to go. There's no point to arrange it.
Yeah.
If you arrange it, I can do the arrangement. I can make it a phone calls. I can.
So
do
as
that.
long as they were interested.
That's right. I need people to be on the bus. Yeah, because I have connections with the bus company. That I know them. They know me well. I just called. They're always okay. Just send the bus on time, and I pay them on time. So there's no problem to do that. Just because the people are getting old to go any place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think they must find this a very satisfactory place to live.
That's very true. They are very happy here. And they keep on telling me all the time too, so that makes me very good.
Well, Frances, I think I now have a very good picture of Frances Wu and the construction and maintenance of the Golden Age Village, which is a great contribution in itself, not just to the Chinese community, but to the community at large.
Yes.
Any last words you want to say?
I say all the accomplishments started with my education and training from USC School of Social Work. Without that, nothing else will happen, right?
Well, that's a very good note on which to end. And I thank you very much. I think we have a good interview.